What's going on, guys? ChaseWins.com. Tuesday, December the 7th. Another week, guys. And congratulations to everybody that got on the free play yesterday on the Dallas Stars. Nice, easy winner there. Got 2 free plays for you today. We're going to go all basketball action, a little bit of NBA, a little bit of college basketball in a game that interests me a little bit more than I thought it would. And I think that it's because, obviously, nobody is taking into account one of the teams that we'll talk about in just a second. Obviously, we're into day 7 of not only the month of December, but the 25 days of Christmas special that we're doing, where every day you get a new promo and a new special discount, whatever you want to consider it, each day. So each day we've been giving you a different discount, a different promotion involving, a different membership or subscription. All of that, each one of them lasts a day, and then we move on to something else the next day. But due to, and a lot of you already know this because you're on the email list or you're already clients, so for you guys, you already know this, but for the ones that don't, by popular demand, last month, about a month ago, we brought back for the first time in about 2 years, we did the Name Your Price promotion, where what that is any package or membership that we offer at ChaseWins.com, from 30-day packages all the way up to 1 year. They don't include the 3-day passes or a single day or single play type pass, because obviously those are sub $100 anyway. But from 30-day all sports, 30-day all access, full season long passes, season combination passes, dual capper passes, 1 year all access passes, so on and so forth, we allow people to actually name the price that they're going to pay. Now, obviously, that does come with a little bit of, hindrance there to something. That doesn't mean that you can say, well, I'm going to give you $50 for a 1 year all access pass that costs $5,000. It's not what we mean by that. What it means is that if you want to give a reasonable and legitimate offer to become a member of whatever it is that you're interested in, we will obviously accept your offer. We will review it, and if it's something that is doable, where we're not going to just be losing tons of money by giving it to you, then we will, accept it, approve it, and that's what you'll pay, and we'll set you up and, give you the instructions on how to sign up for it. To give you an idea, we actually had people the last time we ran it getting on, the $5,000 all access membership and doing it for, less than $2,000. And I mean, again, these are the prices that they offered. But again, we didn't run that for a long time, almost 2 years. And then we ran it. It was a very short promotion. And I guess some of the people either didn't see the videos or the emails or whatever. And so we've been getting insane amounts of emails since that ended, a little less than a month ago, for people asking when will we run it again. And we told them, listen, we didn't run it for 2 years. It may be that long before we run it again, if we ever do it again. And then when we started doing the 25 days of Christmas, people started flooding in saying, can you please do that for 1 day? We missed out on the opportunity. We want to do this. So after discussion with myself and Jerry and the team, that's what we've decided to do. So obviously today we're running that. We ran it yesterday. We had some people reach out. We're still funneling through a lot of the emails. And what we ask you guys to do is, if you want to make an offer on a package, go to Twitter. You'll see the Twitter usernames in the description of this video, and you can reach out to myself. You can reach out to Jerry. That doesn't matter. But let us know what package you are talking about, or if you want to combine certain packages and kind of make your own, big conglomerate of something, you can do that as well. And then also put what you're willing to pay, but keep in mind what the normal retail price is, because again, we're not looking to make money off of it, but we're certainly not going to lose money by giving someone the service. I'm sure you guys can understand that. But if you guys want to do that, reach out to us. Twitter is the easiest way, because we get so many emails every day that it is hard to go through all of those. And once the clock strikes midnight, we will no longer be taking offers. And again, if you're just going to make an absurd offer, it won't even be taken seriously or responded to. So again, if you want to get on something long term, this is your opportunity to do it for cheaper than you'll ever see a normal promotion go up. And then again, a lot of people have been asking about my coaching program where they become an all-access member, and I give them one-on-one coaching and teaching, and I teach them how to do this business, how to read the market, how to learn and understand the market, how the market moves, why it moves, when it should move but doesn't move, and there's always reasons for that as well, how to do it between all the sports that I cover. So a lot of people have shown interest in that. Maybe a lot of people don't really understand it, thinking that, that means that you have to buy, a certain type of package. No, not necessarily. A lot of people, what they want is they want to become an all-access member anyway. And so if you want to become an all-access member and you want that coaching, the coaching will be for up to 1 year, where you and I have one-on-one phone calls twice a week. We'll do video calls in the same regard. We'll even, towards the end of it, be meeting for a weekend in Vegas, you and I, where we get to put all this stuff to work and go out there and have a huge weekend where we do a lot of wagering, a lot of investing, make a lot of money. And again, you can talk to any of my all-access clients and they can attest to you how much money I make them just for being an all-access member and following the plays, which you will still get. But this also teaches you the inside of kind of how I do things and why I am as successful as I am in doing it, because I look into things that most people don't, and these, most of these so-called experts wouldn't even know to look into. But that's also why they don't win, and they have to try to make you believe that they know what they're doing by using words like algorithm and trends and shit that just doesn't even matter. So again, if you want to get the one-on-one coaching, let me know. And if that's part of what you want is the name your price, and you're already an all-access member, or you're already on a certain package and all you want is the coaching, make an offer. Again, you might be seasoned enough where you don't need a full year. You only need 3 months, or you only need 6 months. But again, now you're talking about my personal time one-on-one with you individually. But if that's something you're interested in and you want that to be your name, your price, reach out to me on Twitter. And, if it's a reasonable offer, I'll definitely consider it, get you signed up, and we'll get started, this week or next week. So hopefully I'll hear from some of you there. But again, go to chasewins.com, look over the packages, see what you want, reach out to us, and we will definitely get you taken care of. As far as tonight goes, couple of free plays. Start with the NBA. Right now, New York on the road at San Antonio. San Antonio played last night. They were on the road at Phoenix. Right now, New York is laying 2. They should be laying a little bit more, but they want to end that little losing streak that they're on, 3 in a row, 4 out of the last 5, 7 out of the last 10, whatever that, 10-game stretch is. They've really been struggling, and it's not because they haven't been playing decent basketball, but that, again, defense doesn't really exist in the NBA, but the defense by NBA standards, the New York Knicks are, and it's unbelievable that I'm even saying this, but I've been saying it for the last 2 years, they are the upper echelon of what defense is in the NBA, meaning that even though their defense isn't true defense, it's still a million miles ahead of most anybody else in the NBA outside of, a couple of select teams. So while they usually clamp down and play that tight defense all game, they've really been just kind of falling off and not doing much in the fourth quarter, allowing teams to get wide open threes, run the ball as fast as they want to, and teams get lucky enough they come back and win, especially if you're playing on a back-to-back or, the second out of the last 3 days on a road trip, and they've been losing games. Now, granted, they lost to Brooklyn, they lost to Chicago, both games that they could have and should have won. Really, the only game out of those last 3 where they just were overmatched based on the situation and what was going on was when they played Denver, and they just got outright beat for 4 quarters. But tonight, they go on the road to play San Antonio, who has played, I guess, better as of late. But again, San Antonio, Greg Popovich, they are not the San Antonio of what we all, have grown to know and love. Those days are over. I don't ever see Pop getting another championship, at least not with San Antonio. But again, I think situationally in this spot, a lot of people are liking San Antonio because they're at home, because they've been playing better over the last week or so than New York has. New York seems to kind of be on this little downward spiral. But if you look at it, New York's had a little more rest. They weren't out on the road for a long time, so they were getting to play, sleep in their own bed. Now, of course, yes, they do fly to San Antonio. But if you look at San Antonio, what did they do the last game? They had to play last night. They had to do it in Arizona, which isn't, much as far as travel goes. But look at how fast Phoenix plays. And if anybody in the NBA plays, at a certain speed that'll wear you out, you have your teams like Phoenix, like Golden State. Those teams are the ones that will run you up, or Atlanta. They'll run you up and down the floor, and just from sheer, fatigue, from what they can do from a speed standpoint, that team can beat you like that. Not to mention, Phoenix is a very good team. But I think the fact that San Antonio had to go out and play Phoenix last night, they had to run with them for 4 quarters, did very well, mind you. I really think that that's going to be a factor in this game, which means that even if San Antonio comes out and is playing at 100%, how long can they go for? 4 quarters? Doubt it. Can they go 3 full quarters? Doubtful. Yeah, they can probably go a half. They can probably even go halfway to 3 quarters through the 3rd quarter. Once you get to the 4th quarter at the latest, they're going to be out of gas. So if New York plays smart basketball, makes them have to work for it more defensively throughout that first half especially, it's going to make them run out of gas faster. And if they save something for the end of the game where they, leave a little gas in the tank, I think once we get into the last 7, 8 minutes of the game in the 4th quarter, I think it could be completely one-sided. And as long as you're not talking about a game that's, at that moment, something that San Antonio is controlling by double digits, as long as it stayed within single digits, I think New York can not only come back and make a game of it, they come back, they win outright, and based on the score, it makes it look like it was done somewhat handily, even though it may have been a late game comeback. I think New York is the better team. I think New York is the better team in this spot. I think situationally we're getting a lot of value because let's say that New York had only lost 1 out of the last 3, which should have been the case. They should have lost to Denver, beaten Brooklyn and Chicago. Had that happened, and they're going into that right here, New York would not only still be favored, they'd be favored by 4.5 or 5. Right now, we're only getting it by a bucket at 2 points. Am I okay laying the 2 points? Absolutely, because I think this is a game that's decided by 5+, no matter which way it ends up. But I think the better value for money is the fact of both teams aren't going to be fully rested. There's going to be fatigue there. You've got one team struggling offensively and struggling to their standard defensively. So I think in that regard, I really think that the better value for money and the smarter financial play would be to take the money line because you're only having to lay $1.30. So that's going to be the free premium play for today. The New York Knicks on the money line, minus $1.30 to take down the San Antonio Spurs. It's game 1. Another one I want you to look at. I haven't released it on the premium card yet. Not saying that it won't make it, but it's something that I'm still digging pretty deep into. And that's James Madison, Virginia tonight. Right now, James Madison is hosting Virginia. They're catching 6 points, rightfully so. People are sleeping on James Madison. Go back to the video I did almost 2 weeks ago where I talked about James Madison. They were a 4-1 team at that point. Again, they had not really beaten anybody, but you look in the way they're beating them, the way they're playing at an elite level like these, true blue blood teams. And now they're going to go out, play an ACC team that has a tendency to overlook teams. They have a tendency to overlook these small schools that, are never competition. Ever since Virginia went on that 2-year run where they obviously had a national championship in there and they were the talk of the town, I think they feel as though they are still the elite, they can't be beaten, and that they're just better than everybody. They're not better than, a lot of people. They're not better than most. Are they a good team? Sure. Still defensively, they're above average. Offensively, they're average at best. James Madison right now is one of the best non-power teams, power conference teams, blue blood style teams. Out of teams that are not within that, I think they're the best 3-point shooting team out right now. As far as a mid-major goes, they're not even really a mid-major. In football, they're a D2 school. D1 in basketball, but they're a great three-point shooting team. They remind me the way that they move the ball around and play true team ball, passing and finding that open man and open spot. They remind me of, a young Villanova. I think James Madison really has a shot to make a game of this. And truth be told, if Virginia comes in and overlooks this team even for a second, they're going to find themselves in a hole that they can't get out of, because you're going to have the crowd against you. You're going to have all of the momentum be shifted on the side of James Madison. And that's a team that will attack if you give them the chance. And that's where you'll find yourself in a situation you can't dig yourself out of. Right now, would I take James Madison on the money line? Maybe as some fun money at plus 200 because of what it is. But at the very least, as about a half unit play, I'm going to play James Madison plus 6. That may turn into a premium play. You'll have to be on the card to find out. But, at the very least, I'm intrigued by that game. I'm looking forward to watching it. And I think James Madison's got an edge here at the 6 points. Because truth be told, the way I broke it down, I understand why at 6 points. I know it's justified. But based on true numbers at this point, Virginia shouldn't be more than a 3-point favorite. So I'll take that extra 3 points, stick them in my back pocket, and I'll take James Madison plus 6 to potentially upset Virginia at home. I hate Virginia. So there's your 2 free plays. Premium play for tonight, New York Knicks money line minus $1.30. Secondary lean, James Madison plus 6 in college basketball. See if they can upset Virginia at home. Love you guys. Go to chasewins.com. Reach out to us. Get on the Name Your Price. Let's get you linked up with something that you've been wanting to get on for a price that you can justify, a price that you can afford, and a price that you will, enjoy paying. Love you guys. We'll see you back for another one tomorrow. And for all those that join us, we'll see you in the winner's circle.